Glover Teixeira at 42 years of age.
What a journey this man has gone on.
Glover was at one point thought of as the great knockout artist, but now he's been dominating people with the wrestling. So as he continues to evolve at 42, this is inspirational.
The most decorated finisher in the history of the light heavyweight division. And finally, he is one win away from UFC gold and glory.
Oh, he hurt him.
Glover crushed him with that.
Oh, he's attacking his neck. Oh, my God.
Oh, there's the top. Glover Teixeira breaks through.
He is now the second oldest UFC champion in history.
20 years, baby. Never give up in your dreams.
Now, Jiri Prochazka, is that who you anticipate sharing the octagon with next?
He's the next one. Who next?
The Czech Republic's Jiri Prochazka. This guy is a huge injection of talent into this division.
The size, the skill of the man, the ferocity, he's on a fast track to challenging for the belt.
This guy is going to be a huge problem.
Wow! Prochazka's for real.
I feel invincible. Nothing can touch me.
It's going to be a war. I'm coming home with the belt. This is my house. I love this. I'm keeping the belt.
Glover Teixeira.
It's going to be a brutal fight, but I see a finish. I'm going after with everything I got.
Jiri Prochazka!
He's here to take over.
It's my destiny to be the champ and to stay a champ.
The greatest flyweight champion in UFC history, Valentina Shevchenko.
She is a straight-up assassin.
Tayla Santos.
Flyweight's newest contender. One of the most epic fights in the history of the UFC.
The rematch you have all been waiting for.
Zhang Weili, Joanna Jędrzejczyk will run it back.
Oh my goodness, this is so crazy. The UFC is going to Singapore. This card stacked from top to bottom. I cannot wait.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to UFC 275 Fight Week. Teixeira versus Prochazka in Singapore. I mean, it's absolutely incredible here. And what a card we have, because UFC light heavyweight champ Glover Teixeira takes on the number 2 ranked Jiri Prochazka, and UFC women's flyweight champion Valentina Shevchenko takes on number 4 ranked Tayla Santos. Plus, we run back 2020's Fight of the Year with a rematch between former strawweight champs Zhang Weili and Joanna Jędrzejczyk. That was just one of the greatest fights the Octagon has ever seen. But now I'm super excited to welcome all of you to this fan Q&A for 2 of the greatest mixed martial artists on the planet. Let's start with UFC light heavyweight champion Glover Teixeira. Hi, Glover.
Hello.
How's it going?
Good. I'm doing good.
How's this Singapore time zone change going for you?
It's doing all right. You know, we come here last Wednesday, and I'm already adjusting to the time. Very happy about it.
Total pro. All right, Glover, we'll have some questions for you in a second, but let's bring in the women's flyweight champion, Valentina Shevchenko. Valentina, I heard you were having some tech issues, but you're here.
Yes, everything good now. Good to hear you, Megan.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. We've got a bunch of fan questions that have already been submitted, and people are going to continue to submit their questions while we do this Q&A. So let's get started, because we don't want to keep any of these fans waiting. They've been wanting to hear from you 2 champs for quite a while. So Glover, the first question is from you. It's from Martin. He asked, you mentioned before that you want to defend the belt 2 more times. If you win on Sunday, would you give your last title defense to Jan?
Yeah, I say it's a possibility, okay? It's a possibility 2 more time. But yes, I would like to fight Jan winning Sunday. I would like to fight Jan in Madison Square Garden, yes.
You know, Glover, I've heard you mention Madison Square Garden a few times. What's so special about it for you? Is it, because it's the world's most famous arena? Is it because it's close to Connecticut?
Both. Because it's the world's most famous arena, and one of them, and the other one is close to Connecticut, and I never fought Madison Square Garden. My dream was to fight in Vegas, right? And I did that. My first fight in UFC, realized my dream, fighting in Vegas, because Vegas, I think, is the new era Coliseum of the fighters, And I fought there a bunch of time. But now it's like I just miss that Madison Square Garden,
No, I think that is awesome. Definitely in full support of it. Valentina, our next question's for you. It's from Kira. She says, you are already considered the GOAT of the flyweight division and have challenged for the bantamweight title. Would you ever consider going down to strawweight to become the UFC's first 3-division champion?
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting proposal. Interesting, yeah, but it's kind of like going to straw weight. It means to have a serious cut weight. But it doesn't mean it's impossible. But being a professional, you have to consider if you cut too much weight to straw weight, how you're gonna fight in bantamweight. It's gonna be kind of like difficult, and you have to manage. Right now, I'm kind of like in the middle. Is in the perfect weight class, flyweight, that I can like move up and feel myself good. But going down and then going up like 2 weight classes is gonna be difficult, but everything is possible. Not let that opportunity like discard completely.
I mean, is it appealing to think about the potential to make history and be able to compete in 3 and win belts in 3?
Probably everything is depends like different circumstances and what it's gonna be, when, where, who. So let's not move too much forward. Let's focus on the Saturday's defense, and this is for me the most important. And I kind of like not letting myself to think about everything else before I make this step and get this victory.
A total pros pro. That's why you are the champion, because of that type of focus. Our next question is from fans on socios.com, one of our partners. What personal quality do you want your fans to remember when they think of you? Valentina, I'll start with you.
To remember when, I don't know, maybe discipline, pure like beauty of martial arts, and being like a person of martial artists, like from the head to toe, like all the through to the bones, and like a person who live of the martial arts, because martial arts is everything for me. It's my education, my lifestyle, philosophy, and being remembered and thinking about like martial arts. Valentina, martial arts.
I love that. Glover, what about you?
Just as a fighter, a warrior, they go over there and do everything, leave everything in the octagon to get that victory. For them to beat me, they really gonna have to take every inch of my energy, and that's why I want to be remembered, a guy that go over there and give everything for the fight and try to win. A warrior.
Obviously, you're both champions for a reason, and you have so much dedication to the sport. You're two of the greatest to step foot in the octagon. But I'm going to say, I think you'll also be remembered as two of the nicest, greatest people that the octagon has ever seen. And that might just be me because I get to work with both of you. But I truly think history will remember both of you as people very well. Yes, of
Thank
course.
You,
hey, no,
you're very
thank
nice too.
Well, thanks.
You gotta be nice when the person is nice,
You're sweet. You're sweet. All right, we've got another question for Glover. Lou asks, you're a true veteran in the MMA world. How much do you think, this is a good question, the new generation of talent has evolved since the days when you started training with Chuck?
Oh, it's crazy, I love this, that I'm here, and I'm like, I start training with Chuck in the old school, and see the way the sport evolve, and like everything, not just the fighting game, and the trash talk can take it to another level, and it's amazing. It's amazing. I'm a part of this journey. Seeing Chuck in 2004, 2005 when he was a champion. And right now we over here 2022, and I'm still here. I'm a champion, and going on with those young guys, evolve with the sport, and I'm very proud of that. Very glad I could do that. I can do that.
total pioneer, but also kept up with the evolution. Valentina, Carol asks, okay, I know you want to talk about this fight, but we're getting a lot of questions about other fights. So forgive me, but Carol asks, if you were to go to strawweight out of Carla, Rose, Whaley, and Joanna, who would you most want to fight? Well, you did fight Joanna at 125, and you guys have a history in kickboxing. So what would your answer for that one be?
As I'm not considering like going down at this point to strawweight, it's very hard to say who I want to fight in strawweight because really, like, I think that so much challengers in flyweight, and now with the time, I was telling it from the beginning that flyweight is going to be very bright, interesting weight class and like the most exciting from all female weight classes in UFC. And now, like, but it was kind of like new, and that's why it was needed this time for people to get used for the names, for the flyweight, for the division, for they became familiar with their like stars of this weight class, and now they are more familiar. They kind of like already see the potential, they see the talent is what we have in flyweight. That's why I think so much good fighters, good female fighters in flyweight. That's why I kind of like I have to be busy and focus on my own weight class. I don't have time to think about others.
100%. Can you just tell me like what your thoughts on the status of flyweight in terms of certain people sort of climbing up the ranks? Have you been paying attention to girls who have competed recently? Is there anyone who stands out in your mind?
Like potentially everyone, potentially every single fighter, every single girl who is like winning and going and climbing, but I'm never like focusing on one name before I see it in the agreement fight.
Yeah, there you go.
That like, okay, this is your next opponent, then I start to more like worry about that name. But for now, I just kind of like watch them, but never too deep, never too much paying attention, because it's like wasting time to get more nervous and like what for? No.
Yeah, that makes total sense. Glover, Trina asks, oh, actually, this one before we get to the Trina question. They want to know, what are your hobbies outside of fighting for both of you? That's from Shannon. Glover, I'll start with you.
Hobby, I like to be in the nature. I like to hiking. I like to, ride horses and really be out there, being connecting with the nature. Anything that have to do with nature and outside in the woods, that's what I like to do. I love that.
I have a feeling Valentina is going to have a similar answer.
Yeah, it's kind of like very similar, but first I want to start like I never liked this word hobby, because for me hobby, it's something that you have, you kind of like have your main thing what you're doing, and then when you have a kind of like time and you do it because you don't have more than others to do, that is the hobby for me. But for like everything what I do besides the training and fight, it's not a hobby for me, it's my lifestyle. I drive a boat. I like to go on a lake and spend like time like fishing, just like exploring different shores. My sister, she's a pilot. I like to be like with her, like hanging around. My coach, he's a pilot as well, so we love to shoot. We go to the shooting range. So same travels, a lot of travels. We did like travels, putting all our bags in a pickup truck and like driving all United States, different states. And another travel we did like living aboard in a boat, like in different marinas, getting know different people's culture, amazing food. And yeah, definitely life is so interesting and like precious that we don't have time to waste it. We have to learn every single moment something new and explore something that bring happiness to you, to feel this joy from the life what we have.
Man, I feel like you're so enlightened.
Wow, her life is so much more exciting than mine, you know?
I'm glad you said that because I'm over here feeling bad about myself too.
Wow. And I see her Instagram. She's a world traveler, man. She's all over the place. She's all
Yeah,
over the
because
place.
Oh, go
travels,
ahead.
travels. It's bring me so much happiness and joy. So yeah, I really love to travel. And sometimes when I sit in like for a long time in one place, I feel like, oh my God, where we go next? Where we go next?
Valentina, this is, just off the top of my head, but how do you feel about a Shevchenko sisters TV show where they follow your traveling and all the things you like to do while you're out there in different parts of the world?
Oh my God, I'm up to. I would love to do that. Please come.
Let's make
I
it
saw.
happen. Let's make it
Let's make
happen.
it happen.
Get
I have
Endeavor on
so
the
much
phone.
ideas.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm glad this is going to be a side project, not a hobby. Side project.
I'm up to it.
Okay, perfect. I would like to produce on there, so we'll move forward with this after your fight. But we'll get back to the fan
Let's do
questions.
that.
Glover, Trina asks, who do you see as being most like you in the UFC? Okay, that's interesting. I'm assuming she's asking about fighting style.
Who do I think is most like me in UFC? Right now, it's hard to say. Right, I see like myself like Minotauro, you know, the guy that grind. But right now, I see who is like me right now. A wrestler that grinded. It's hard to say, you know. It's like I always see myself like with the old school guys, you know, like Vanderlei and the guy that gets in there and brawling, man, you know, and go off the finish no matter what. I'm not a guy that very tactical will fight. I just wanna get in there and do my thing, you know, just go for takedown. So Cormier was kind of like my style, you know, because he's a striker, he's a wrestler, and I really like to watch him too, you know. But like I say, Cormier and Minotauro.
That makes sense. But really, you're one of one. All right, Valentina, Yo asks, how do you feel about UFC being a platform for women, and what message do you want to give the female athletes of other sports around the world?
What message? I would say, oh, our sports, it's so hard. It's very difficult to do because, like, all these trainings, it's not just physical, it's mental as well. And yeah, we are very blessed to have UFC as a huge platform to encourage all females in the world, like, to be strong, to be powerful, to be beautiful, confident. And it's very important because I feel this is the time when like women have to support women. And it's so nice that we are living exactly in our era, not before, not after. We are like doing what we are doing, and will stay in the history forever. And the message, the most important, it's like, never give up. Go and do what you like, and actually try to find in your life this job, this lifestyle, what you really appreciate and like and love. Because if you don't love what you are doing, nothing gonna bring you happiness. You have to really love it with all your heart, with all your passion. That's my biggest message for everyone, not just a female, not just women, but everyone. Love, try to find the job what you really love.
I think that's really great advice, Valentina. Glover, Tito asks, in Countdown to UFC 275, you were wearing a very cool Bruce Lee shirt. Are you a fan of his movies and style, or do you really think he was the father of mixed martial arts? Or was it just a cool shirt?
Bruce Lee, no, Bruce Lee, for sure, I'm a big fan of Bruce Lee movie. His philosophy, I think he's like, you know, I'm really into martial arts. Like Valentina say, you know, want to remember as a martial artist, and that's what martial arts is: respect and and fight the way that, his philosophy about fighting. It's amazing. I think he's father of martial arts. I don't know. He's, Miyamoto. I think it is. The greatest samurai, and his teaching was like the Book of Five Ring was like the most deep martial arts book that I ever read. And but Bruce Lee is definitely, man. He's like he's a king. I love Bruce Lee. This is the shirt. It's right here. It's pink.
Very cool. Is that our friends at Roots of Fight?
Yes. Yep.
I would love to add yes, and I completely agree with Glover that actually we are living the idea right now, idea of Bruce Lee of mixed martial arts, because he's every time was saying about like universal martial arts, when a person can be like everything, not just boxer, not just like taekwondist. He has to be amazing boxer to fight with the fist. He has to be amazing taekwondist to fight with his kicks, amazing wrestler, fight on the ground. So a universal fighter who actually like know everything and don't have any trouble. And definitely we are kind of like Bruce Lee. He started it. He like inspires so many people around the whole world to do martial arts, to become a fighters, to see like a fight not only as a like who is powerful, who is most stronger, but actually like an art of like body movement. And it's amazing. Bruce Lee did so much for martial arts. We have to only appreciate and continue his way, what he started. And I think it's the huge name what we have in the history of martial arts. And definitely I'm so happy to be just a little bit like closer to his to his way what he started.
Oh, I love those answers. Thank you guys for your insight on that. Really cool.
Be water, right, Valentina?
Be
Like
water,
water.
my friend. And I was like a few months ago, it was a stream with Shannon Lee with his daughter, and it was like some other like Asian stars, and it was amazing because the philosophy what we were like sharing, and it was like a program about Bruce Lee. And it's when I was there, I feel so inspired, and it's just amazing to feel that energy.
Wow, that must have been really special to be a part of.
Yes, it was. It was.
Very cool. Very cool. Okay, I think our next question, yes, is for Valentina. Stevie asks, oh yeah, and Glover is just going to jump right back in. There was a little lag on his audio. But Stevie asked Valentina, the people in your hometown in Kyrgyzstan say wherever Valentina is, she never forgets us and are so proud of you and your accomplishments. How much strength and pride do you draw from your roots? And do you think athletes from smaller countries like Singapore have a chance too?
Everyone has a chance. If we believe in ourselves, if we have people like our family, our team who supports us, there is no limits for anyone. And definitely coming from not a big country, Kyrgyzstan is not a big country, but very proud people, very courageous people, very strong people. And we kind of like a big, huge family. No matter where, we're not forgetting our roots. And I think it's very important to have this connection, because without roots, we just lost. We are just like by ourselves in the world, but we have to have this connection. And I'm very proud that I was born in Kyrgyzstan, because I grew up as a person who I am, and I learned so much from the people from Kyrgyzstan. I learned so much from the nature of Kyrgyzstan, and it's just amazing. I love my country.
And they certainly love you. It's really cool to see the pride and the inspiration that you can give to other athletes that might be from a smaller nation but have similar goals, whether it's in this sport or something else. Valentina, this next question, I didn't know this. Okay, so Chen asks, you speak 9 languages? I didn't know it was up to 9.
It's not yet. Let's say it like it's not yet 9.
Okay. How many would you say?
I'm slowly but surely go working on that way, but for now it's 4. For now it's 4. I still
Just
have 5
4.
more to go.
Oh, just 4. The other part of this question was, do you know any Chinese or other Asian languages? And could you say a few words?
Chan รียนภาษาไทยตอนนี้ฉันเรียนภาษาไทยฉันพูดภาษาไทยนิดหน่อยเริ่มเรียน2 ปีแล้วค่ะ yeah, this is my Thai language, and I am working on studying my Thai, and yeah, I really love Thai culture because being a Muay Thai fighter, I spent so much time in Thailand, and being so close, I kind of like here, even being here in Singapore, every time I go outside and like going to eat to have some lunch, I see Thai food, and I like with my mind I remember Thailand and everything. And definitely like Tiger Muay Thai gym, what I represent, and we are like was training there so hard, so for a long time. And like friends from Tiger Muay Thai, director Vivat from Tigers, they gonna come and support me here in Singapore, and it's amazing. Yeah, that's why I feel like this is I really have to do, learn and speak Thai.
Man, I mean, that's incredible. So for clarity, the 4 that you know, English, Spanish, Thai, Russian?
Yes.
And then what are the other ones you hope to become fluent in?
So I really like Turkish. My native language is like Kyrgyzstan is Kyrgyz language, but being like post-Soviet countries, everyone speaks Russians there, and I kind of like understand Kyrgyz, but I need to work a little bit more. So yeah, it's Kyrgyz, Turkish. I love Korean language. Korean also, and yeah, what would I say? Speaking Spanish, I kind of like understand Portuguese. I can like speak, and I can say what I want. I can understand what they want from me. But
Man.
yeah, this is what I can think about at this moment.
I mean, honestly, just incredible. I thought I was cool knowing how to say Sawadika. Amazing. All right, Glover, thank you for coming back to us. I know there was a little audio issue. We appreciate it. Can you hear us okay?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So we have a question for you. It's from Laura. Both Jiri and yourself are true warriors and students of martial arts, but it seems like loud and brash fighters like Connor and Colby get all of the attention. Do you think there are enough fans who appreciate the warrior code and the humility to be a big pay-per-view draw?
Yeah, it's a very difficult because I feel that way too. I feel like we talk about martial arts over here, respect, and honor, but we go over there, you put everything in the octagon. My thing was to finish fight, and when I start in this game, of course, I'm a big fan of Mike Tyson. Big fan of Chuck Liddell. When Chuck say you wanna make money, you wanna sell pay-per-view, go over there and finish fights. And I take that advice, I take advice to the heart. And that's why I have the record, the most finish in UFC light heavyweight. I go over there every time, winning or losing, I'm trying to finish the fight. And blood, like I say, I want to be remembered like this warrior. And I kind of feel upset that we don't have as much, views and love behind a true warriors like that. And you have to do all this crazy things, and those guys get around. I don't mind trash talk. I think Conor in the beginning he did it very funny and doing it very good, but when you start talking about somebody's family, I think he's going off the record. And we are athletes. We're supposed to show the young kids like this sport is I'll be the sport, is respect and go over there, give your best, and that's all. I mean, when you trash talk and start going people's family, I just got really upset about that, and I get upset because yes, they get all the attention even though they doing the wrong things. I mean,
I'm I would say yes and no, because I think, Glover, your fight is gonna be like amazing fight, and many people will watch that and they really appreciate you as a martial artist. Yes, there is like some other athletes who like focusing more on trash talking, but I don't think that it's gonna affect your fight card, because kind of like, you see, I think it's more about personality. You have very strong personality. And for example, if we are speaking about Fedor Emelianenko, right? And it's kind of like not speaking trash talk, right? But how many people would like to see his fight, right? A lot. They will buy pay-per-view. The same here. I feel that many people will love to buy pay-per-view and watch your fight, because you are one of the greatest. You did so much in the history of martial arts already. And yeah, no one trash talk can be at the same level what you are doing. So I'm pretty sure it's gonna be the huge point.
Add promoter to her resume.
making me emotional over here. Come, a compliment like that from the GOAT, You are amazing. It's an honor to fight your card, and I hope so, I hope so. And like I say, respect and honor to the sport, and we'll see. I think it's gonna be a great fight, and we're gonna go there and put a show. The show is in the octagon. That's how I think supposed to be the fighters. You know what I mean? And I hope it be a great fight. I hope to put up a great show for the fans. That's my philosophy, is to be like train. This is my responsibility to be in a top shape to fight. Top shape, and that's a responsibility, because that's a respect for the fans, for my coaches, for my family, to be there and go after the win and do my best. Do my best is very important.
Well, you're two of the best competing at UFC 275. Physically, we know you're ready. Our final question kind of piggybacks on what Glover was just talking about. Jose asks for both of you, how much does mental training, visualization, and meditation play a part in your preparation for a fight?
You want to go, Valentina? Ladies first.
Oh, thank you, Glover. Thank you. I kind of like, I don't do meditation and I don't do visualization, but mental training, it's very important. You have to mentally prepare for the hard battle and know how to deal with struggles, know how to like with because sometimes you kind of like, you are tired, it's like middle of the fight, but you gave everything, you don't have any more power, but only with mental power you force your body go back in a shape and fight till the end. And this is, I call like experience, being experienced in martial arts, because you can see a lot of young fighters, and I mean young fighters not by age, but who just started their way in martial arts. They kind of like giving up. They feel that, okay, it's so trouble, it's so difficult, and mentally they are starting to give up. And this is what you cannot allow to yourself. You have to fight till the end, and this is only mental preparation can do it. And I think my meditation is active meditation. I come to the training and I'm focused for the training. I'm thinking about to perform my training as best as I can, and it's kind of like hard. I'm not going there and laughing. I have just different philosophy, and I say this is kind of like active meditation. But it's very important. Mental part, it's very important as well as physical.
And myself, I love the meditation. You know, I started meditation like a few years back in 2016, and just keep going and going. And now I'm like full meditation, full spiritual. I think the present. That's what be present. You know, at the moment in training and just in a fight. Don't think about. Because before I used to think too much, like I gotta finish this fight, looking past the fight. And Valentina mentioned before, really question, like she don't think about too much things because why wasting energy thinking about all this thing that could happen and could not happen. You know, maybe it's not happening, and that's what most of us do. As a coach as well in my gym, I see that's what happened with most. The kids, they thinking about too much in the fight. Like right now, we're here, we're doing the press conference, we're doing all the media stuff, and we can't think of the fight. I just live in the moment, live in this present, and that's why meditation comes and helping me because be present, be the moment, live in the moment, because let tomorrow take care of itself, and that's how I feel, and that been helped me a lot. And lately, you know, you see my in the old age, I've been fighting better, and I believe because it's there, I've been more present. I've been living the present moment.
Agree, completely agree.
Well, we appreciate both of you being present for us. Two world-class champions and just world-class human beings. I know you guys have training to get to, so thank you so much for your time. This was really fun and insightful. I appreciate it so much. And thank you to all the fans who tuned in to this UFC 275 athlete chat. Remember, both of those athletes will look to defend their titles at UFC 275 in Singapore on top of a very, very stacked card you do not want to miss. And remember, in the first of its kind fight week, there are fights before the fights. A new tournament, Road to the UFC, kicks off tomorrow at 2:30 Singapore time inside the Octagon at the Singapore Indoor Stadium. I believe tickets are still on sale, so look for those. You will get your first look at MMA stars in 4 weight divisions and a very cool win and advance tournament. It's free, so grab your tickets while they last at ticketmaster.sg. Once again, I'm Megan O'Leary. We appreciate you so much for tuning into this. I hope you enjoyed the chat as much as we did. We will see you for the rest of UFC 275 Fight Week right here in Singapore.
Sean O'Malley says he's good enough and marketable enough. Oh, that's it! That is it! Sean O'Malley!
Chan Sung Jung has